All rise and salute for the country's national bird, the bald eagle. Now, the bald eagle isn't actually bald. Its name came from an Old English word, bald, spelled B-A-L-D-E, which refers to pretty much anything that's black and white. Hence in point, the bald eagle's white tail feathers and white head. Bald eagles belong to the family known as fish eagles and sea eagles, and because of that, they like to nest in areas near water, and they have specialized toes to help them grasp on to slippery fish. But they'll also eat waterfowl, small mammals, and occasionally scavenge off of carrion. And the bald eagle builds the biggest nests of any bird. As is the case with all eagles, bald eagles pair for life, and both parents work together to raise the chicks. The bald eagle is a prime example of wildlife conservation success. They were almost wiped out due to poisoning from pesticides such as DDT, but thanks to rigorous conservation efforts, such as the ban on DDT, the species has since recovered, and it's no longer on the endangered species list. This is the dingo, Australia's only wild dog. The ancestry of the dingo is largely unknown. Some say it's an individual species, some say it's a subspecies of the gray wolf, others say it's a feral dog. Unlike many dogs, dingoes can howl, but they can't bark. But like wolves, they live in family packs where only the dominant pair can breed. In the wild, they mainly eat rabbits, as well as other small mammals, birds, but of course, as everybody knows, the dingo's favorite prey is, in fact, the kangaroo. Well, I guess they'd prefer that over Vegemite any day. A dingo's coat can actually come in a wide variety of colors, such as this, or brown, white, or even black. While the dingo species as a whole is not endangered, pure dingoes are threatened by hybridization with domestic dogs. In fact, the largest population of wild dingoes is in fact on Fraser Island. May I introduce you to the cat of 1,000 names. Cougar, puma, mountain lion, panther, catamount, the list goes on. But anyway, cougars are the second largest cat in the Western Hemisphere behind the jaguar. Unlike jaguars, however, cougars can't roar, but they can purr, just like a house cat. In the wild, they hunt either small mammals, such as rabbits and raccoons, or very large animals, such as deer or elk. And cougars are amazing jumpers. Cougars were once widespread throughout the United States, but human settlement has reduced them to just the western states and Canada. Nonetheless, they can be found in a wide variety of habitats, such as forests, mountains, deserts, and wetlands. Like African lions, when cougar cubs are born, they are born with brown spots. Yep, it's the eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight, because this is the Amur tiger, or as it's more famously known as, the Siberian tiger. There are 6 different subspecies of tiger. The others are the Bengal tiger, the Malayan tiger, the Sumatran tiger, Indo-Chinese tiger, and the South China tiger. Given that Siberian tigers live in much colder climates than the other subspecies, they have much more pale fur and have a thicker fur coat. But like all tigers, they are well built for bringing down large prey. In the Amur Ussuri region of Russia, where they live, they hunt deer, wild boar, Even bears have been known to fall victim to tigers. And the way this tigress is sharpening her claws, not only does it keep her claws sharp, but in the wild, it also helps her to mark her territory, as there are scent glands in her paws. Even a tiger's skin without its fur is striped, and a tiger's stripes are exactly like human fingerprints. No two are exactly alike. Notice how this tiger is moving its food to the side of its mouth. That's where its carnassial teeth are. And a big cat's carnassial teeth are used like scissors to cut meat into smaller pieces so that it can be swallowed. And the amount of meat that a tiger can eat in just one sitting is the equivalent of a 10-year-old human eating 40 hamburgers. Now here at the zoo, they're fed their basic carnivore diet and they're given beef knuckle bones to chew on. It's good for their teeth. And once a week, they're given a treat of rabbits. The Siberian tiger is endangered due to habitat loss and poaching for its fur and bones, the latter of which are believed to have medicinal properties. Behold, the mighty grizzly. Grizzly bears are a subspecies of brown bear that live in Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, much of Canada, and a little bit of Alaska. Although they're classified as carnivores, grizzly bears are in fact omnivores. In the wild, they eat berries, roots, sedge, carrion, fish, and small to large mammals. Every year, the bears eat a lot during the summer and the fall so as to build up layers of fat for their hibernation. Yep.
This is crazy.
Well, that's one prime example of how the bears would forage for their food in the wild, though the main way they find their food is via their keen sense of smell. In fact, a bear's sense of smell is 10 times that of a bloodhound. Every year they eat enough so as to build up layers of fat for their hibernation. And that right there is the Kodiak brown bear, to the Kodiak archipelago off the coast of Alaska. They are often tied with Kamchatka brown bears as the largest of the brown bears, and they compete with the polar bear for the title of the world's largest land carnivore. One way that brown bears can be differentiated from black bears is that brown bears have a thick hump of muscle on their shoulder which helps them to dig, and their shovel-shaped claws are the perfect tools for digging. Even though brown bears are not endangered in North America, they face threat due to their growing familiarity with tourists. So when you're camping in bear country, store your garbage carefully and never ever feed a bear. Seeing spots once again, it's the snow leopard. Well, not a true member of Panthera pardus, but it's actually Panthera uncia, and it's native to the mountains of Central Asia. Unlike actual leopards, snow leopards can't roar, but they can purr, just like a house cat. And they are incredibly good jumpers. In the wild, they hunt wild sheep, wild goats, deer, and yak calves. Snow leopards are very elusive and so hard to track in the wild that they're often described as the ghosts of the mountain. When snow leopard cubs are born, they are born with blue eyes that turn green as they grow older. The snow leopard is currently listed as vulnerable due to poaching for its fur coat. Whew, I think I'm seeing spots, because here we see the Amur leopard, native to the Amur Ussuri region of Russia. They have much thicker fur coat than other leopard subspecies so as to insulate themselves from the cold. And, as is the case with all leopards, in the wild, Amur leopards hunt large prey such as deer and wild boar. Their spots make for the perfect camouflage, and A leopard's spot pattern is exactly like a human fingerprint. No two are exactly alike. The Amur leopard is critically endangered due to poaching for its fur coat. There are only 60 of them left in the wild, and thus the Amur leopard is the world's rarest big cat.